Great. Well, for those of you who don't know me, I actually lived in Delwood too for 20 years, from 1985 to 05, and I only left because I got married, and the house wasn't going to work for both of us, unfortunately. But I love this neighborhood. I love coming back to the, oh, thank you, to the 4th of July. And I'm honored that y'all have invited me back, even though I can't lower your property taxes anymore. So I don't know why you invite me back for long, boring, serious speeches, but you do, and I guess that's more on you than on me. So here we go. So we're celebrating the 249th anniversary of the launch of the American experiment. The American colonists endeavored to break away from Britain because they were fed up with the elimination of due process and fair trials, exorbitant tariffs without consent, rendering the military superior to civil power, and much more. Bringing the 13 colonies together into unified opposition to topple the strongest military in the world was a long shot to be blunt, but the tyranny of the English king turned out to be an effective motivator. George Washington described the new Republican model of government as an experiment entrusted to the hands of the American people. Benjamin Franklin, when asked what kind of government they had formed, he replied, "A republic, if you can keep it." When the U.S. Constitution was drafted in 1789, full rights were limited to Anglo, male Christians who owned property. If you're not one of those, you weren't in the original Constitution.
Was Jefferson really a Christian or a deist?
Our story has been about extending rights for all who live here. Martin Luther King said the moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Our storyline has been far from linear, and there have been repressive setbacks in our history. But there is much more to celebrate. Slaves were emancipated as full citizens. Voting rights were extended to non-Christians, women, American Indians, and those who own no property. In just my lifetime, and many of your lifetimes, poll taxes and literacy tests were abolished. Public and private places were integrated. Women could sign contracts, and same-sex couples can now marry who they love. This is the meat of it. Our uniquely American story for the last 2.5 centuries has been about forming a more perfect union by embracing the diversity of immigrants, cultures, religions, and backgrounds, insisting that equity not be limited to the powerful, and the inclusion of all in the affairs of our community and country. Our American story is about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. For those who would suggest that DEI is some radical woke ideology, they should look no further than the inscription on the seal of the United States of America, E plurimis union, of many, one. Or on the Statue of Liberty, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Without DEI initiatives, constitutional rights might still be limited to Anglo-male Christian property owners. Franklin predicted that keeping the republic would be tested, and Jefferson warned that the price of liberty is eternal vigilance.
I don't know if Franklin was
the
a
hard
Christian
truth
either.
Is that the experiment of the American democracy will never be finished so long as the promise of equality and liberty for everyone remains unfulfilled. When anyone's rights are threatened, we are all threatened, and our republic is threatened. The times we're in demand that we be extra vigilant about protecting everyone's rights and their stories. That is how we will keep our republic. Happy birthday, America.